Hello, I'm Steve Monkey Mason and welcome to the podcast for Groundhog's Day. No, it's not Groundhog's Day. Not is it, Paul? Paul?
Nope.
I'm joined with Paul, Ray and
Hello.
Carl. We're doing the podcast for Police Academy. We are planning on doing all 7. We ended up doing Groundhog Day first. So we're about to do the podcast. I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. So 3, 2, 1, play. So I'm watching this on the Blu-ray. The box set on Blu-ray is really worth picking up. The sound quality though, it's really quiet. Paul, you're going to have to turn that down. There's a copyright claim there.
About me? No, that might be me. I've just turned mine down. I didn't realise it was so loud.
I used to have this as a ringtone, and before it would really kick into the whole theme, it would just, like, whoever was ringing us would cut out, because I always used to like listen to the theme. But then obviously we're filming a lot of stuff. I just had to go for my phone silent for copyright claims.
I love the theme tune. No, it is a mint theme.
It's instantly recognisable. Everyone who heard this knows it, you know what I mean? Little backstory at the start, you know what I mean? Again, that's just a matte painting, that.
With really bad rain on it. I don't gonna say the rain's not that great, like, but I mean, this is 80s, isn't it? Yeah.
Early 80s, yeah.
Well, obviously, this is like supposed to be like a bit of a raunchy comedy, wasn't it?
Well, that's it. It's in the era of Porky's and all that kind of wackiness, you know, Caddyshack and stuff that would follow.
Revenge of the Nerds and stuff like that.
Again, the director is from a TV comedy. I mean, the thing is, what makes this film amazing is every single actor in this was an up-and-coming comedic, and they literally, except for Kim Cattrall, who went on to do other stuff like, but I didn't realise this is a Canadian movie. It's, you know, it's all filmed in Canada.
Yeah. I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised.
I mean, it's one of the first films to go across the border in an era where they were trying to make stuff a little bit cheaper and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of these people were cast solely because of, like, I mean, you forget who's not in the original one, and then a lot of people return. But so we've got Hightower, who I think he was one of the first to die from this, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
There's also Pleasantville in the Brady Bunch movie and other roles. Looks so young, doesn't he?
Yeah, he died in the early 90s.
What did he die of? Do we know?
Heart attack, I think.
Heart attack, no.
But he came in dressed as a commando and they will hide him straight away for that.
Yeah. We didn't Steve Guttenberg turn up in his dad's police t-shirt?
Yeah, he was I mean, Guttenberg had been in Diner, but Guttenberg hadn't really hit big. He sort of really became famous for these movies and went on to be in stuff like Three Men and a Baby, Cocoon, but then sort of drizzled out in the 90s.
He disappeared. Did Three Men and the Baby and Three Men and a Lady, and that was it, wasn't it? Was he in it? Yeah.
He'd popped up in a lot of stuff, like, but I think for years they were trying to do a like a remake of this and have these be the more trainers again and like another. But I think they just need to leave it. I think that 7 movies is enough for the time.
Yeah. Now, which film did you see first? The first one or the other ones?
Number 2, I think, was the first one I ever seen.
I think Citizens on Patrol was my first one. It was mine also. I love Citizens on Patrol.
Citizens on Patrol.
I love that. It's such a comic-like kind of standpoint.
Again.
But then, obviously, when we mentioned watching this, I looked on IMDb just to see if there was anything I missed, and I didn't actually well, I probably realised when I watched them, but it was quite surprising that Steve Guttenberg's not in all of them.
Yeah, cashed out at number 4, yeah.
And I just thought, oh, he's not actually in it, so nice. Just after the 4th one, wasn't it? That's where.
He got slightly replaced with a different character, but the guy who was famous from...
he just like the same type of character, though.
Yeah. He was Lassard's nephew, I think that's what he was. But the guy was in he was in what do you call it? The Hand That Rocks the Cradle and Abominable. So the guy has continued on working, but.
Are you guys watching this on widescreen or 4.3?
Blu-ray. It's fully.
DVD or whatever that is.
It's got a black bars at the side.
No.
Nah, it's full screen.
So you're watching the widescreen.
There's a real stunt coming up as well. There's a lot of great practical gags in this.
Side of the car.
I used to have a Firebird car, yeah, like that, but it was black, and I brought it everywhere as a kid. I loved it. It was absolutely awesome. It was kind of based on not Magnum PI, but not Cannonball Run. Yeah, I think it was based on
Cannonball Run. Yeah, Cannonball Run.
based on that.
The transitions as well are weird, like the flips and the twists.
It's that 80s teenage comedy thing. Like, obviously, that's what we're going for. But yeah, I mean, when this came out, is this a 15 or an 18?
It's a 15, but in America it was an R.
Yeah, because every time any of these films, no matter which version it is, but pop on 6 and 7, it's always cut shreds.
Well, the seventh movie, I don't know if you know this, but the seventh movie actually got classified as a U when it came out, and they went back and added some curses a bit to make it a PG.
I was going to say it definitely felt a lot more family friendly. The Mission Moscow.
There's a bit there here it nearly tips over. That, I mean, that's a real stunt, that going over, but there's a bit where it nearly tips over.
I think you just about see it there before the screen cut out. Anyone else getting static on the line, by the way?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I just want to make sure what it's like.
And boop. There's a lot of things set up in this as well towards the sequel. I think the wife and all that, the chase and getting out there as well. But that actor there, Donovan, he was just a one-off guy, wasn't he? He wasn't in anymore.
That's it. They didn't get it properly cast until like the second and the third, and then they kind of kept it going for a little bit longer.
I mean, Jones, Michael Winslow, he was in all of them, but one of the first actors only to be in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's only about 2 or 3 of them, isn't there? I claim to be in all of them.
Yeah.
Jones,
Tackleberry,
Tackleberry,
the lass with the
the
boobies.
officer, the white feet. Yeah. Does it come to Lasardo in it?
Yeah, I think he's in all of them as well.
Yeah. But obviously Michael Winslow, I think they've seen him at a comedy club, didn't they, doing impressions and noises, and they went, we'll have to write him in for a script, didn't they?
Well, what happened was they went to see him, they heard about him, again they were casting like a comedy act really, and the power went out and he actually did it with a megaphone and got hired on the spot, and he was actually wrote in the script.
Right. The only films I've seen him is Piece of Cadbury and Spaceballs.
He's in another film as well. I mean, again, like Steve Guttenberg, you talk about him falling off the map. Guttenberg, along with Winslow, along with the guy, lass who played Hooks, all appeared in Lava Lantula when the fucking LA gets taken over by giant spiders, and it was pretty bad,
Yeah,
like.
That's like a Piece of Cadbury reunion. But I remember when Michael Winslow a few years came up to the Whitley Bay Playhouse. If I knew that, I would have seen him straight away.
Really?
So I would love to see him. Steve
I'd have
Guttenberg.
gone to see that, eh?
Yeah, Steve Guttenberg still pops up on TV on the Goldbergs now. He's the teacher in the Goldberg.
Plays a serial killer in a film called it's a slasher movie in a supermarket and stuff like. He's kind of aged like the Fonz has. Do you know what I mean? Like how that, how the sort of just the face is still there, but it sort of drops down a bit.
Happens to all of us.
Now, why is his? God, did you see that? It was the shot was in reverse. It was like a mirror effect because his name badge was backwards. That was quite weird. Now he doesn't have a name badge on. What's going on there?
Oh, you know what it is? I must be a little bit ahead of you because I'm sitting there thinking, what are you talking about? I can't see a name badge.
What are you up to, like?
Well, Fackler's just come out of his house.
In the car now.
Yeah, I got a good car, yeah.
Oof. Again, no slapstick comedy. I think Hot Fuzz borrows from this a bit in a minute.
Why do cars hubcaps in America always do that?
The cup cars just come off there. That was a mistake, that.
Definitely Hot Fuzz is copied off this.
But this is sort of, I think, is it in the, it might be the fourth one that they did a retake of this. That's clearly not her jumping across there, like. And there's a little edit there, just a brief edit.
Well, man, she's born dry now. Off my hair.
Kim Cattrall now.
I haven't even got there, guys. You are ahead of us now with Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, well, it's just come up my screen.
Well, she's never going back to this franchise, is she? Isn't Sharon Stone in one of them?
No, not sure. Oh, which one is this fourth one? Of Zed's girlfriend? What was her name?
That was Citizen of Patrol, that one, huh?
Yeah, but what was his girlfriend called? That was the famous wifey. Was it Sharon? It wasn't Sharon Stone, was it?
No, what that? No, that wasn't Sharon Stone.
She was the famous. Keep talking, guys. I'm just going to double check.
I'm sure Sharon Stone was in one of them.
Lessons on petrol. Oops, spelled it wrong. Now, the artwork for these films, Mason. Do you want to talk about that?
The artworks are really good. I've actually got 4 of the 7 on big box Warner Brothers label. Normally come looking like what the Gremlins does. A lot of like nice sketch art. The originals, like an ensemble cast. Second one has them all like behind. But then it gets a bit like ludicrous, like one of them's like them all hanging out the hot air balloon. They had that very old school cinema kind of stuff, which is pretty good. Unfortunately now it's just a yellow box if you get it on Blu-ray.
Anything, but wasn't Juice Shoes who drew the picture? I think it was the famous art guy.
It might have been, yeah, Juice Drews, and it's very, very similar to that. Like, I love it how Tackleberry's got, like, you know, he's got the whole commander thing. I mean, he must have a bit of money.
Yeah.
One in the oven. Man, how many batteries for that ghetto blaster? Now, here's another cast member who was only in the original. Martinez.
Yeah, Mason Sharon Stone, you're right.
It is Sharon Stone.
Ah, right. I mean, I remember that face. She must have been very different when she was younger.
I mean, there's a few people got the start and starting out in Police Academy. I mean, Kim Cordell there. I mean,
Hello?
hiya.
Yeah, Caleb went a little bit. What was I going to say again? Because obviously this was shot, was it a medal institute or something like that in Canada they found for it?
Yeah, I remember reading that, yeah. I think it got turned into several different things.
How crackly
Originally, it was
crackly's.
a mental institute in the 70s.
I love it how he's drove all the way there with her on. Now, he was in one of the Friday the 13th. Or was it Halloween? When he's the sex pest in the hospital and he wants to keep having sex. I think it's Friday the 13th because he gets his face crushed together.
Yeah.
Now, this actor here, these 3 actors appear throughout the entire series. Commandant Lassard can speak fucking 8 languages or something. Opera Stonger. He is absolutely brilliant in this. It's the only film I've ever seen him in. Sorry, mate.
Did not replace Julie Bailey, the one who plays oh my god, what's he called again?
Mauser.
No, yeah, because it replaced with a Mauser, didn't it?
Well,
Captain Harris.
Well, the thing is, right, Harris is in this, right? He's in this, and he was friends with the director from a previous show. Harris is in the second one, but because of the edit, you don't see him. So they completely waste him at Tackleberry's wedding at the very end. And obviously, Mauser is in that one. He is in the one after that. And then Lieutenant Harris comes back. And then what's the elephant in the room is Proctor, who comes along in the second one, is Mauser's henchman. But then all of a sudden, he's Harris's henchman. So it's quite a quirky one, because the only other two things I've seen this actor in, this G.W. Bailey, who leaves the podcast on the commentary for the anniversary because he's got to be somewhere. He's in Short Circuit and he's in Mannequin, and that's it.
Short Circuit with who? Steve Guttenberg?
Yep, Steve Guttenberg, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, a few weeks ago, I was downstairs watching TV and it's flicking through channels, and there was an American TV show on it, and it was really bad cable once, and I recognised him. Like, who's that old man? It was him. It was Captain Harris, but he looked so different. I was like, oh my god, it's unbelievable.
Now, I'm just going to say, he originally, like, he actually got that stick off another extra, and he basically based his character around it. And these guys are wearing wigs at the moment. And again, dropping the N-word. He's great. He's aged alright, and if you watch the making of, he's got quite a Dana Carvey aged look. It's quite creepy. She wears a fat suit during this as well, Hooks.
Alright, does she? Apparently her voice was based on her imitation of Michael Jackson.
She actually met Michael Jackson the day before she had an interview for it, because she's obviously a backing singer, and that's what she went in, Michael Jackson's voice, and got the job that way. Do you reckon she's a diva?
Those two guys who wear wigs, because obviously they filmed it, shaved their heads, and had to film some other stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, but I don't think they're in the second one, but they come back in later episodes, and like, you know what I mean? I thought it was just this one that come. I didn't realise any other ones. No, they're in another one later on. I think it's only the one, like, because they're in the car park or on the rooftops. I think it might be the third one with Mauser.
Right. They work from or something, don't they? The military school. Yeah. I
mean, this guy Donovan who's running around here, he's only in the one.
It's a bit messy though, isn't it? When you consider, like, did you think they were making this thinking, it's just going to be one, or are they planning on doing a series? It just seems to be like, there's a lot of people in and out. I wonder if it's just like scheduling, stuff like that.
Well, they got the money and they made it across the border, and basically they were making an ensemble cast, and you know, they just kind of wanted, it was just part of that era, and obviously it was a massive hit worldwide, you know what I mean? But then again, it seemed to, like, because they kept on making them and because they had fun doing them, in the era of people rediscovering these on VHS and stuff like that, that's how they got rolling really with it, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant, him, like. Oh, even the dog's penis is erect and they show it. It's like, what?
I'm glad you noticed that. I didn't.
I didn't pick it up.
I love it how he's like goes back and all that. I mean, they get stupider and stupider, but you forget how hard rated the first two ones are.
Yeah. And then they go to combat academies and skate academies and stuff like that, didn't they?
But that was it. But I think where the charm is with this is because of, like, the casting. I think it's, you know what I mean? It's really, really cast. Bubba Smith, who only I've ever... Well, hang on. I might have seen him in... He's a henchman in Summit. I'm trying to think what it is. Because I remember seeing him in it. He starts dropping the F-bombs and I wasn't prepared for that. But he's in Gremlins 2 at the fruit bar and that's it. He's just standing there.
Right. So is that Jerry Goldsmith, the composer?
I think Hightower, I think it might have been it was John Carpenter. Well, not John Carpenter who wrote it. Black Moon Rising. think Bubba Smith's one of the people trying to look at him, but he was a famous American football player.
Yeah, footballer. You're right, yeah, he was in Black Moon Rising thingy, what do you call it? He died August 2011.
He's a big guy, like, I mean, it's I don't know, I don't disrespect him. I mean, I've got no hair, but he has one of the weirdest haircuts in the making of documentary, the film, not long back.
Oh god, I must get my haircut soon. Well, it's gonna be a while, isn't it?
We'll just get your clippers.
I think I'm giving brother to do it. And died. So obviously the joke is he's been told to go to the wrong house, isn't he? He went to the thingy house.
Yeah.
But you would keep on walking in there, like. But is she meant to be married to Kamala Lasar? Because, like, she's quite young compared to him, and. Just a little bit off the top.
Oh my god, I've got to see back at this him.
The little one, he's got his face shot. He's one of the guys from RoboCop, isn't he? When the guy gets shot between the legs, but he's the other guy.
I didn't know.
I'm telling you, it's the same guy.
Hello?
Hiya.
I'm back.
Are you checking that one on IMDb?
Hello?
Hiya. Mahoney. Oh, we've got a cutout. We've lost Paul Ray. We've still got a call. Wow. Proper cutout. 25 minutes in. I'm definitely blaming Paul Ray for this. Oh, there you are. Are you alright?
Call's gone now.
I'm blaming you for that cutout.
No, I kept talking.
You back, Carl?
Hello?
I'm blaming Paul Ray for that one. Sorry, like.
I'm going to say, was that still connected when you said it was still got a call?
Aye. Paul Ray rustling on summer.
And you said, oh, Paul's gone. And I looked down and he said, he's still got a call. I was like, yeah. But then it cut out seconds later. I was like, oh, maybe not. Which one of your million devices have you got going, Paul?
Just me other phone, that's it.
Pornhub.
Not these days.
That's him there. That's the guy who's in RoboCop.
I was just about to say about him because it looks familiar.
Then Proctor, the guy always breaking stuff. I mean, this is a kind of hard fall down them ladders, like. Fucking hell, stairs.
I'm going to say there's some pretty good stunts in this film, like.
But Proctor, I mean, sorry, Proctor, Falconer, he's missing then comes back randomly in number 6. I don't think he's in the second one, and I think he's in the third one, and then he's randomly like.
That's what I mean, like how messy it is. It just seemed like they're dipping in and out. It doesn't seem very consistent.
There's a lot to cover. I mean, looking back at it, you know, oh yeah, that's Mahoney, and it's like, again, it's the backstory, and you know what I mean. There's a lot of like, I mean, it's all set around this area, except for a few little bits at the end. I mean, pretty big riot scene at the end, that's for sure.
Yeah. Do you think it's a spot by Adidas or anything?
Again, no, it wasn't a trendy thing back then, though.
Oh my god, I'm going to order myself a piece of Academy badge for me top. Anyway.
Did she do much? Leslie Easterbrook?
I don't think so. A lot of them are just I mean, Kim Cardell, yeah, but obviously she just never looked back after this, did she? Really?
Well, I didn't know that, mind. So, has any of you seen The Devil's Rejects?
Yeah.
No.
She's the mother.
Is she?
Firefly. Oh,
Oh.
she must have changed. I've seen that film a couple of times. I didn't think it was her.
This reminds me of school when you have to go for like a jog or something. Hello?
Oh, I don't miss PA, like. Good, Hightower can only do it twice and refused to do it because of his knees.
I can imagine that, actually.
She's up for a little jog. I mean, the joke's got to be there because of the size of her boobs, like, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, the whole series, when
But-
she was around, was capitalised on her boobs. Oh, we've lost Paul Ray again.
Paul Ray, whatever Paul Ray is up to, he's fucking this transmission up. You can still hear his Paul because he's connecting. He's rustling on with Summit.
I know, I think that's why I was saying about the static. Something's moving around.
Rustling around. I couldn't do that many setups. So we've lost Paul now. So whatever Paul Ray is up to, still got a call, aye?
We're still gonna go.
Let's give him some shit when we get him back on there.
Who's calling?
He's ringing. Whatever you're up to, Paul Ray, stop it.
Oh. I think you might have taken that quite personal, mate.
Nah,
Nah, I'm just kidding.
he's still there.
Hello?
Hiya.
Jesus Christ, what's going on?
It's you, that.
Oh, you, mate? Me and Mason are sitting here having a conversation.
So just
Now that's one of the funniest bits of the movie. The whole playing the arcade game, isn't it?
arcade games there.
I mean, you got to think of the isolation back then. I mean, if you went to, like, back then, you got to think about the isolation and all that. You don't have your phones, you don't have the access to the internet, you don't know anyone, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much we take for granted. Fuck me, him.
Captain Harris.
What
Can I
about...
just say Captain Harris has just been like texting on the board
Mhm.
for
I was
you.
going to say that's probably one of the worst attempts at writing. I would have tried a few takes on that because that's just horrendous.
That looks like
I know
how I
it's
message
super
you guys,
important,
isn't it? It's like when my phone goes not, I just I can be also go back over it. But yeah, watch you and looks like a text.
I mean,
the curve, this bloke, man, doing it before school.
Mm-hmm. Now, was the shoot really long or not, or was it just like full?
no, it wasn't. It wasn't long. Yeah, I think there was as well. The director he only printed 2 alternative takes to each edit because they filmed that quite a bit because of all the improv and stuff going on.
Right.
That guy's reactions in the background is fucking class. In a previous life. Dun 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 dun. Lieutenant Mahoney.
Good those.
I mean, that's fucking ventriloquism, that throwing your voice that far for a reverb.
But everyone watch this film, try to do impressions and stuff like that.
Oh, that was it. I mean, again, he has a bit of a rant on the documentary because he was one of the original, if not the original, beatboxer.
I will say he must have introduced it to a massive audience, like being in this.
The fucking goldfish, man. There's one bit in this where the goldfish is actually dead in the bowl, but obviously they had to get the take done.
See, I would have thought that was just
Fish has been in every one of these films. It's the same one.
I mean, even there, the backdrop, I mean, that's a real window, that, isn't it? Because look at the flag, you know what I mean? You're a special case. You're trapped here. What's that noise, Paul Ray?
You want what?
What was that noise?
No.
So back to the salt course. Again, it starts... Oh, God, is he gone again?
He's gone again.
He must be doing something.
I don't know, he's like, given what he said the other day, he had like 20... Oh, is he back?
I'm back.
You're back. Well, just saying, what, are you actually physically doing anything, or are you just sitting watching?
Sitting watching, and I'm playing tassels on trousers.
You what?
Playing for little tassels on my trousers.
Is that what you call it these days? Tassel.
Now
It
again,
just keeps going out, like reconnecting.
that's now she's wearing a fat suit, bless her. I mean, obviously you're in.
That's horrible,
I mean, that's like not great, is it? I mean, in this day and age, just didn't bat an eyelid, but
No,
Oh my god, I've got to see my shoes, but
ripped his fucking. And then the wall comes tumbling down. Bit like Ghostbusters. I mean, God, this was been about 7 years before Ghostbusters. No, hang on, 85. Round about the same era. I was thinking Ghostbusters too,
was it
so.
84, innit? I thought it was 84.
Yeah.
Go to see it for you. I mean, just getting excited. But he always had these golf carts, didn't he? All these really big films, bro. He's always looked old.
Oh, he's always, that's how he was born that way.
Now this skit
Yeah,
is originally from the director of photography. They did it to a director beforehand, so they wrote it in. The whole mouth shoe bit.
I believe Harris, he's a good.
He owns the performance. But again, it's kind of weird how you would go out of it and not be that. But again, is it money? Because a lot of people, like, you would have had just one contracts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think given that time of day, I mean, they would have been like auditioning for things daily. So it could just be like, you know, like I reckon it's probably going to come down to more like scheduling conflicts, and they were doing literally anything from TV to film.
Yeah.
From one week to another.
Now, watching this film now, yeah? Watching this film now, it doesn't look like it's in the 80s, does it? You know, because it's in the, like, institute. So it's an odd 80s thing in there. But it doesn't, because obviously they're not really out and about anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, this could go as this. I could see this as a 90s film based on what we're seeing. Yeah. It looks a little bit more modern, but like it says, because you haven't really seen much 80s. I mean,
No,
I think when you go into like when you go into some of the different episodes, you got like Citizen on Patrol, where when they're on the streets and everything.
yeah.
Goes back to what we were saying about like New York City, and you can say like obviously you can feel the character and the tones of the streets.
Yeah. That's a bad edit, yeah. Really bad. the same?
No.
There's no past a tree yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more he passes a tree, it stops, and then the guy comes past from the tree. But if you look at the smoke at the top, it's been paused, and he walked past.
Smoking in a movie?
Yeah, they're all shitting in for it all. Top of the line, American tobacco. I fancy going to a shooting range. I think you probably remember the clubs around this area, don't you?
Hmm.
Is there a shooting range in Concept, but anyway.
No.
Nah, just general Saturday nights.
And there we go, the introduction of the big gun.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of them guns. It's just like trying to reload them. You just want to drop the clip out the bottom and slap the next one in, don't you, really?
Oh, I've got a lot of love for a revolver. Then again, I love me cowboy films, so good old Smith and Wesson. Oops.
So that simulate that people are leaving and dropping out. I mean, oh my god, the boobs here. She hasn't got a bra on. She fucking knows it.
Yep.
I mean, who's that little... Is that a ginger...
You volunteer?
Hello?
Hiya.
Alright.
Sorry, just when he's talking to him, like, he disappeared for 2 seconds, like, what?
I think we just got distracted by boobs.
We got distracted by her boobs. I mean, she's definitely got a bra on. You can see it through the top.
Alright.
But I think in that opening scene, she definitely didn't.
Nah, there's definitely some nips on display, like.
I love how Jones is leaping like a dog. There's a lot to bring in, though. There's a lot of... Because you obviously... You're getting in characters, you know, like... Jones has got the quirky voice. Hightower's the gun nut. Tackleberry's the gun nut. I mean, Mahoney's dicking around doing it with crayons. This is a really good shot as well, this. It pans across the different rooms.
Yeah.
But again, though, when you, like... You know, like, you see, like, all the things going on. But, as a kid, you know, like... Oh, can I watch Police Academy 2 and 3? Yeah, you're fine. You put the first one on and you're about to have full nudity here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bit of bot.
Yeah, this is, like, always cutting TV, like,
Excuse you?
on me. If you did that these days now, you'd be in the office and gone straight away, wouldn't you?
And I'd be like, when would you ever see a shower with like windows like that? In this day and age, that is.
At Police Academy.
I love it how he gets to notice, though, as well. It's kind of weird when you're a kid when you're seeing this and then you're seeing Short Circuit. But again, Gutenberg didn't come back for the second Short Circuit.
Would you?
No.
I had no idea that guy in the second one, who's the Indian's actually white. I was fucking...
Yeah. Got loads of chips for that.
I didn't realise that until a couple of years ago. And I was like, fuck me, it's a guy from Hackers. It's a guy from Super Mario Brothers. It's a guy from Friends. I was like, Jesus, the painted, you know what I mean?
Benjamin Jahadi.
No, I thought he was Pakistani, like.
No, he's white.
Yeah, he's a big stand-up comedian and stuff, isn't he, also?
Can he not be a white Pakistani?
Oh, he's a proper, like, American with accent and stuff.
With accent and stuff.
Yeah.
There we go, some April O'Neil shorts coming up here.
She's not wearing a bra.
God, she isn't, is she?
Against regulations.
I love that song. in there now.
Is that a sugar kicking in?
Yeah.
Gutenberg did come back for the audio commentary. They mentioned more, and he's going, I was only in the 4 and all that, and like, definitely like, probably realised he made a mistake not coming back, but
I don't know, like, because if you look at them, it's quite kind of well known that the 5th one, especially, was quite like poorly received.
the Miami one.
I would probably go with stuff I was saying 5, 6, and 7. I mean, like I said, I mentioned earlier on that obviously I remember watching Mission to Moscow and just thinking this is just not at all the same film. It's like I said, I think it was really like family friendly, which I've got a problem with. But when you think of a franchise as old as this, you know, when you go on to number 7, you can't really change it up that dramatically and not expect people to think, oh, that's not right.
Yeah, I did the same thing when I watched Police Academy 6. I think it was a few years ago. It was like, I thought this was a lot better as a kid, but watching now, I'm like, this is like a.
Well, there's only a handful of them in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a dead simple thing. It was just.
Well, it would have been money at the end of the day. It would have been a cash grab at that point.
Can you guys remember the cartoon?
Well, they did a TV series as well, didn't they?
I never watched it. But I was about to say, I think there's only one of them that was in the TV series.
I think it was Michael Winslow, aye.
Was it on Channel 5 over here?
I remember being like debuted, being like a big thing. Oh, we're gonna watch it, and I just it just never resonated with me. I watched the first one, I think, and I just like, nah, not for me.
And a big slap across the face. Had to do that about 10 times as well. And then again, it always comes down to the added sound effect. Oh, the rustling's began again.
I'm going to say, what are you doing? You're playing with your tackle again, your tassel.
No, I'm just lying on the bed with my hands.
Oh, yeah. Your hands are there.
I've got to say, like, Moses was always my favourite.
Moses?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just like the fact that he was like the lurch in the group, you know, like he didn't do anything, but you always notice him in every scene.
Which one's Moses?
I know, who's Moses?
The giant black guy?
Hightower.
Hightower.
Well,
Moses Hightower, yeah, I think that's his name, yeah. Moses Hightower.
Moses Hightower, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Got me doubting myself there for a second.
We're cool kids, but we talk about people's surnames more than first names, don't we, Mason?
Aye. Moses Hightower, fine. Goes with that one. Have you got IMDb up? Is that how you know he's called Moses Hightower?
Oh,
well, not now, but I did yesterday. But probably that's why I'm calling him Moses. But
this is class. You couldn't probably did a better take than that, chucking them books out the window.
yeah.
Again, though, goes back to like reaction shots. I mean, their face just says a lot as well, because you've got to give audience time to breathe before you hit them with another fucking comedy skit. You know what I mean? Reaction shots are so important.
But essentially, that's all this is, isn't it? It's just like one massive skit. It's just like one after the other. They're just trying to like kind of sew it into an actual film.
Well, there's a lot of foundations built the characters and the traits, and obviously throughout the series, it gets paid off. Do you know what I mean? With different, and obviously introducing new characters. I think that's when you had like sort of. Where you had a lot of cast from the second one return as recruits and stuff, but you got to introduce new characters and daft things they can do and just put them in the right situation.
Well, that's it. You've got all these characters and you want to try and utilise them and say, well, hold on, this person, I mean, the guy who's, I'm terrible for some of the names, so forgive us, but the guy who's always having accidents, I always remember on one of the films where he was in a bar just like this one.
Oh, and he wipes everyone out with a pool cue.
he's just wiping everyone out. I'm sitting there going, you can tell someone turned around and said, right, we need to try and get this guy doing something again.
I think it's I think that's number 6. That, but even the Blue Oyster Bar, that had been in quite a lot of movies as well.
Could you do that these days?
Well, again, it was becoming a more well-known thing. We talked about this quite a bit before, wasn't it, on Demolition Man, about the like rise in the 80s and not the acceptance. I mean, everyone should always be accepted, but the more like it was becoming like more known about gayism in a way and across that 80s era. And like even then they were like, right, again here, it's just really well done that the places like this was going down, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the music cue.
Because in this day and age, this would be offended. Like they would probably be offended by this.
Hmm.
Because obviously stereotyping the fact that
every one of them is in. Yeah. That's just a sign of the era, though. You know what I mean? It's.
But you could also say there with him with his face paint on. You know, is that not like kind of a nod? Because nobody else has got face paint. So, you know, is that not like kind of a nod to African Americans and, you know, Africans painting the face up when they have music and kind of fires and stuff like that?
Well, my view on life is everyone's the same, and it's, you know what I mean, everyone has a right to life, like, so, as long as you don't go around killing people, you know what I mean, and you do want others, you expect yourselves, so.
There's so many jokes you cannot do like today, like, is there?
Oh, I mean, it spoils a lot of films these days because everyone's afraid to make a joke. Yeah. Try releasing Spaceballs in this day and age.
Yeah. Especially the cereal.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Sits out and everything, man.
Absolutely.
That's how we get that 18 certificate, isn't it?
Yeah.
By this point, it has to be,
I mean, just their reaction shots, and like you don't realise that Tackleberry's a virgin until the next one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're too busy looking at boobs on the first one.
And you talk about a fast-paced film, right? We are halfway through the film. I mean, there's a nice little blend here between, because there's a cut right there into the moonshot.
Yeah.
It's not like by the end of the movie he wins a heart. Halfway through, he's right with her.
Yeah.
Oh, the nice little slow dance.
It's funny because I think of this, like when you're talking about like obviously representing gay people and stuff like that. I always remember being quite happy to see that they took such a positive tone on it. Is American Pie, the American Wedding, when Stifler has the dance off in the gay club. And I just thought, you know, it is. I mean, obviously, given the nature of those films, it's all about dick and fart jokes, and you know, just there's no way that, like, you know, it would be cool to go to a gay bar and having them have a good time. I just always thought that was a well done scene, especially with the way Stifler, the least person you expect, was the one who was going to come off and do a dance off.
It's quite a funny scene, like.
Now, when you watch this film, yeah, the uniforms look black, but they're blue, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're always known as the boys in blue. So I would say, yeah, it's probably like a black blue.
So the shot before, was it in the day, it looked a bit more blue up, but must just be it's on camera. I know.
Well, I'm colourblind, so you know.
So was Darius.
You know what it is? It took me a second and I'm ashamed that I got that straight away.
Why? I'm getting good, like.
Well, no, because I mean, who the bloody hell remembers Darius?
See that again, this little people will be checking on their phones, going, what's he on about? Darius. What's going on?
Now, I think this is, again, like, Hightower, it gives Hightower a little bit in there. I mean, it's pretty pretty shit setup. I mean, everyone's going to like, and we got how many people there and how many things going to drop out. Like, there's a lot of resetting, but this funny bit here, bang, shoots a woman, doesn't want the gun. Everyone ducks except for Tackleberry. That's really funny. And then Tackleberry gets it and just goes absolutely apeshit.
I just kind of believe on full ammo already. Huh.
Here we go.
That score is amazing. That score is really good. Like,
Right, it's on. Come with me.
come with me if you want to leave.
Tackleberry.
He wouldn't be allowed in at least now with him.
Aye.
No,
Psych evaluation fail.
Uh-huh. Oh, here's me Barry White voice.
He just tripped up the stairs. I've got to go over to South Shields tomorrow. I say I've got to go to South Shields tomorrow for my second pickup.
Are you second pickup?
I've stuffed to box.
So I love that, the fact that you just assume that she's going to catch him and
Tell him off.
but certainly not going to go that way, is it?
Again, though, at the start, she's quite like, you know, like maybe it's like you think she's going to be like the henchman, you know, and, you know, she comes into her own.
Yeah.
She's not in the second one, is she?
I think she's in all of them, isn't she?
No, I don't think she's in the second.
Not in all of them, but I think she might have to cheer.
Because the second one's obviously based in the city, innit? So.
Yeah.
The first assignment.
Yeah. Again, though, you've got this scene here, and obviously it's setting up the joke later on for Hooks to, don't move, scumbag. But we've just seen Tackleberry go off on a random tangent, and then he sort of gets like another joke quite quickly here, because obviously he scares the shit out of him getting in. But this seems more early training, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This could have been done like earlier in the film.
This stick up. Anyone else want to check out them exercise bikes they got going on there?
I'll be looking at it back, yeah.
To be honest with you, it looks very much like, not the exercise bikes, but it looks very much like my school gym. The blue mats, wooden benches and the horses.
Don't move! God damn, get you a higher rating as well, taking the Lord's name in vain when it comes to ratings.
Aye.
This shot here looks like it was him talking to himself there for 2 seconds. It's Steve Goldberg talking to himself. It looks like a split screen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just looks like a stunt double.
It does, doesn't it? A little bit. The way it's shot.
Well, that's it. You would normally go for coverage in different angles, but again, just to save money, you just have them face off, get them both lit. You know what I mean? Because you're lighting from both sides of the room on that and the backlight in the background, and that's it. Covers it that way.
So what's your favourite piece of Connery film?
I've got a little bit love for the second one because that's always been there. I do have a lot of fun for the third one because that's the one that, you know, you had loads of wacky new characters. I think the fourth one's better than I remember. I have a lot of memories of the fifth one where it'd be in Miami and just that, you know, like it was the right time for Miami. Like, you know, so colourful and like it just looked amazing. So yeah, I would probably say the third one overall from the day, but I do like find a lot of love for the first two for how funny they were.
Yeah, mine's definitely the fourth one. Like, is that your same as your call?
Yeah, I think the fourth one's definitely mine, but I'll be honest with you, this one and the fourth one, I recall a lot, but, well, as well, I think Mission to Moscow as well. But the others, I don't have a great deal of memory. I mean, I've seen them all, but I just don't seem to remember, like, a lot of details, so I'm probably going to, like,
see this thing there, what Hightower ripping down the bar, again, that should have been a very basic early clip. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose that's just like filler, really, isn't it?
I was going to say, but I think I just did like a lot of those types of shots, and then just started like kind of fitting them in where they thought we'll be able to squeeze something in there.
Did she join Academy before? I must have missed it. I don't get it.
What have you missed?
I'm only kidding, man. The lady on the bed. I think she might have been Academy.
Oh, the prostitute.
Oh, that's what she was.
But even
could you do that these days? A joke like that?
This scene right here, though, if you look, she's actually got a stick in her hand as well, and that was a very early scene. So once Harris wanted to do more with holding the stick, she dropped that, so it was his thing. That's one of the only scenes she's actually got. She's got that, and she's got it when she's running.
This is a proper like dirty joke, like, isn't it? Like proper like.
I had no idea what was going on as a kid.
No, neither did I.
No, I don't think. No, because I think most of us would have missed that. But you're saying we couldn't get away with that today, but obviously I'm not too invested in what's going on with it. But literally, last I know, did like post something about pro sex work for women. You know, shouldn't be shamed. You know, it's like, oh, well, I mean, I'm not protesting against it, but I mean,
one of your friends,
what prostitution is. Yeah, my friends.
Okay.
I mean, listen, the fact that I pay has nothing to do with that.
I think as well. I think when the moment as well, like there's bubbles of comedy. So if you want to look, it's sort of like you had that 90s. He's classing this, but there's like you had the 90s comedy with like American Pie and the road trips, and then every other teen scenario. Then you had stuff like later on, like you had the Hangover series come out. Then we had that bubble, stuff like Hot Tub, The Time Machine, and then we had the women's bubble for a while, like, you know, Bridesmaids and even like the newer Ghostbusters. But at the moment, I don't see, there hasn't been many comedies, I don't think.
It fell flat, to be honest with you, though, because Bridesmaid is, I've never seen it, but apparently it is really, really well liked. And then, of course, like you say, you mentioned the Ghostbusters, which comes with its own controversy. But then I think it was another one, which was, I think one of them was Scarlett Johansson, did The Big Night Out.
Oh, Rough Night.
That went, yeah, that's it, that went proper downhill. No, there was another one before that as well, Bad Moms. Apparently that's been really well received. But then that Big Night Out, or whatever it's called, apparently that bombed, and it just seemed to have finished it off, because they had a good go for a while. I think they had Bad Moms and then Bad Mom Christmas. Both doing really well, apparently.
This bit here is the best bit about the joke in the setting, like, isn't it? Where he looks back, and I think it's Mahoney that pops out. And no questions either, and he just looks back, and then that's actually better than the joke itself, isn't it? When he...
Yeah. But the revenge... The revenge later on was an added scene. It wasn't in the script, it was a reshoot.
That's really good.
That bit there, him driving in the bush like that, he's sort of like, you know, like, you mean he's been caught off guard and all that. It's really funny as well.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was his wife, because there's a picture of him and his wife on there, so...
Yeah, you're right. Obviously, Mason's watching it in super duper HD. I'm watching it in VHS quality, by the looks of it.
We'll have DVD and that.
He's a fucking brilliant actor, him, like. We hear rustling again.
Not me, I've got 3 batteries in my hand.
I've got nothing in my hands.
I'm going to do a pump also.
You love Sharon, don't you?
Just in case you guys hear it.
Ash, got a sticker back, Mason.
What's that?
It shouldn't have a stick in the hand there.
I'm sure that she had it for some scenes, but then dropped it, you know.
Yeah.
Now, I've always loved American police cars. I always loved the black and whites. They're absolutely awesome cars, like.
A lot of American cars at this time as well were like really big, like rectangle, compared to what we had over here in Britain. Very wide, you know what I mean? Cadillacs and stuff.
Cadillac in it. Yeah.
So the still drive cars they got these days was all like super duper pimped out ones.
There's always like a Facebook post where you'll find like the ones in Europe, so you get like Italy and that, they've all got like proper super high tech sports cars and stuff like that. But
Yeah, maybe because I like
American.
maybe because I think because I like the Bluesmobile. That's why.
This is it. You got the classic staple of the movie vehicle genre.
Mhm.
It doesn't beat Ecto 1, but you know, not much does.
So again, putting them out there. Takes out the branch, doesn't he? The cat up the tree. Now, a lot of people believe that the scene this happened, but obviously it's all against down to editing, and it's kind of like, no, it didn't really happen. If it was a film now, you would see it actually happen. Him having his head stuck up a horse's bum.
Yeah.
It'd be like bad CGI now, wouldn't it?
Well, the problem is you feel fortunate to doing it now, though, because the problem that you have is that most audiences, well, I don't want to use the term idiot, but like people like literally have to see something, otherwise they just don't get it sometimes. I don't like get where people like need that like an explanation. It's very bizarre, but I think in that case, the imagination works so much better.
But you know it's like boink oink.
Oh, that's a bad edit, that like, wasn't it? When the horse just turns its head.
Someone call a veterinarian.
Oh god.
With slick back hair and that.
It's like me in the mornings.
It didn't tell a soul.
I think we're up to the same bit then. We've been sinking a little bit more today.
Except for your farting.
That was only the once.
A smirk on his face. Is everyone still there?
Aye.
You probably see the same thing. Got a bit quiet there for a second.
Getting past my bedtime. Don't know what to say. It's Steve Gumbo was a good actor. Like, was a Cocoon. That's how he is in Cocoon, isn't he? I love Cocoon.
That's another one I don't remember much. Definitely saw it, but I don't remember much about it.
Ron Howard film. And then the second one, Cocoon 2. The Return. Oh, The Return. Now they would not actually have this flag on this car now at the front.
No, can't do that, man. Racist.
I'm surprised it's been like CGI'd out and released.
Now the guy they drive into was actually the director.
Yeah, wasn't the original guy like drunk or something?
I don't know. I just know it's the director.
Yeah, I think I read it the other day when I was looking at it. It was apparently the guy that originally had to do it was found drunk in his trailer. So like the director just jumped in and said, "I'll do it."
Take Casper and drives the car.
Oh, Casper, I'll not have you saying that to him. Drives like he's fucking Formula One, Casper.
Yeah, it takes him to the hospital. Take us to the hospital one time. I was there within 2 seconds. I was like, what? Bloody hell.
I didn't know what you meant at first, Mason, when you mentioned it. You remember when we went to see Rambo?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were just kind of hovering around. I was like, "Oh, we're not going to cut your car." And you're like, "We're there, Casper, about to pull away."
He just
I
fucking.
was like, "All right, okay, we're going to watch them."
I mean, that's like driving now, man. Nothing on the streets. Hmm. McDonald's sign.
Let her drive now, Paul. Giving
You
you
alright?
circumstances. Are you not fancying let her drive now?
Nah.
Huh?
Nah. Past me time now.
Well, you are getting on, like, you know.
I'll be getting me pension and me OAP bus pass soon, so nah.
A nice transition into Hook's driving. It's just him driving around, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well,
It wasn't-
it already happened and you said it, so yeah.
It wasn't a flip or anything like that. It wasn't like a George Lucas swipe or fade.
They don't be talking about my mate.
I mean, surely, I don't know how that would work if you were like, would they put you through your driving lesson? But that's all it ever seemed to be in America. Obviously, that in school, you see like stuff like license to drive and all that, where people are getting taught how to drive.
Well, yeah, I remember seeing they did in Geno Man. Like I say, I think they've only got like a complete an obstacle course, and I think they get passed. It's ridiculous. But then again, it's like, I don't know, it's like American roads, not like easy to drive on than English roads.
Oh, they're bigger. They're a lot bigger than American roads, like. Now, this is quite, like the driving over your feet and all that. But it's great to see, like, you know what I mean? It's good to see, like, the high tower, it's like the racial thing, like, sticking up for it and stuff like that. It's, it's quite cool.
Yeah.
Why is that a Christmas song for?
I don't know. You better watch out. You better not cry.
Yeah. So it's a Christmas
A
song.
bit cheaper.
Now is Jurassic World a Christmas film? Because that starts off with a Christmas song.
A really bad bird also, isn't it? Like, really bad CGI bird.
Yeah. I know it's a little off topic, like, but what do you reckon of the new Jurassic Park title?
Domination.
Alright.
It's just weird. I don't know where they're going to take it. Like, I mean, it's. I really like Jurassic World, but like the one after that was just sort of like felt like a really fast cash cow. And I mean, we're going to just get Dino Riders the movie.
Well, the way they ended the last one, I think the best way they could do is literally have it as like basically I Am Legend, have it like 4 or 5 characters, and then just have it so it's like maybe say 2 or 3 years later. Because obviously the dinosaurs are now running all over the street, so they're gonna have to try and explain that one without making it look like too much like Jumanji. And I figure to do like a complete wipeout where everybody left the city, but obviously you're gonna have the heroes like Pratt and that stick around and try and condone it. But like I reckon if you had about maybe 5 or 6 dinosaurs and about 4 or 5 characters, I think it would work really well. Or not.
No. I think the second one, the first half was alright, and the rest was just rubbish.
Well, it was missing a passion anyway. Didn't have to care, he just wanted to knock out a blockbuster. Although I would say Bryce Dallas Howard many times.
You want me a little bit far away on my phone?
Huh? You what?
You're a little bit far away on my phone, I can hardly hear. No.
Right, I might have been a bit relaxed.
Nah, yeah, I can hear you now. I heard it before, but I hear it a lot better now.
I've just had a comment on the Ghostbusters podcast, Paul. Someone saying that we've copied them and then posted a link to theirs. I'm like, I didn't even fucking like even think about looking at who else has podcasted Ghostbusters.
Maybe everyone has.
Well, Mason, send us that link so that I can go on the page and then I can like leave a comment and go, "This is really well done." But I think you'd have copied off Lonely Tree. I think.
I think everyone would have did Ghostbusters. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say, hold on, it's a podcast and it's YouTube. I'm pretty sure if you put it in, you'll find a couple of them.
Just jealous, man.
Oh, insane.
Oh, fighting within the ranks now.
That bit though, man, when he smacks him with a tray is absolutely brilliant, like, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just one step away from having a face imprint on a tray. Classic gag. Now, was he polishing the knob on every scene?
Are you talking to Paul there? Because Paul...
On you.
No, I just wondered if it was like a little bit of a detail there.
It's one of his... It's somebody wanted to keep his character, like he built it around it.
Yeah.
I mean, how old would you say he is there? Because he looks old.
47 and a half.
And he looks exactly the same in all the films too, doesn't he?
So again, like, it's funny how he sets us all off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Now you look at those 3 blokes and that didn't scream at you, that know what does.
And here goes the fight. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Straight through the window. I've seen a brawl like this happen once, you know, in a nightclub. I've been working behind the bar when it's happened, and I've never seen so many people fighting all my life. And I've never been so glad just to be behind the bar. Fucking insanity. Free TV!
Look the size of the TVs, man. So why you have in my bedroom? I'm tuning it in every time I turn the TV over.
Pool halls as well, like snooker halls and stuff like that.
Well, I was outside of Super Snooker today, in concert.
Oh, yeah?
Hmm?
had to pick up with a woman who lives like along the road from there. She does like ashes and jewelry. And my mum needed a ring picked up because she got like the ashes from my nana, like made into a ring or something like that. It was weird because I thought, why are concerts so busy? And there's the wood shop opposite there, Mason.
Greylands.
It had about six people queued outside of it. Why are you wanting so much wood?
Well, have you ever been in that shop? It's honest to God, it's hard to get around, but it's got everything you can need, like. But now, honest to God, like.
I stood there waiting. I thought, I don't mind people being around. I get it, but when there was like a queue outside the shop, I mean, I'm guessing they're only allowed a certain amount of people in. But it was just funny, like how many people are in need of wood.
Do you know what that street's famous for?
What's that?
At the end of that street, you've got the funeral parlour, and then you've got like the zebra crossings in the main concert, and there's a massive billboard on the wall of the funeral directories here.
Yeah.
They put a massive Walking Dead poster on for the new season a couple of years ago, and it had the Walking Dead and it had zombies, and next to it was obviously a funeral parlour and all the offers to get buried.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know what you guys were.
Oh mate, we've got a shopping concert in the main street, man. It's got caskets, and one at the moment was like a bottle of Iron Brew.
Of course. Well, Stanley had they built a co-op, parlour, literally joined on to a care home.
Jesus.
God.
Alright.
Anyway, back to the film because you guys are depressing us.
Aye. We'll have another guy going, you're not original, I talked about that.
Yeah.
Look at them like just going around with, I mean, again, like Warriors, this, isn't it? It's just like riots and stuff.
The clothing, tankless tops.
I only watched Warriors a few years ago and I loved it.
That's the scene where the fish is dead.
Oh God, it is.
It is. Well, it can't technically dead if it's on the surface, can it?
It's not on the surface, it's at the bottom going, I've had enough.
Oh yeah, it's floated to the top. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I mean like not the surface of a water, the surface of a jar. Police Academy.
I always found these American buses like so weird. Like the school buses, aren't they?
Yeah, they're huge, them.
I don't know why, but I always think of I couldn't tell you which one it is. It might be number 4, but it always reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street. Like the open sequence, where he's basically on a bus and it goes into like a different dimension and all sorts. It's like such a weird scene for.
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. The second one.
Might be the second one.
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, the second one. He's balanced on a peak of a cliff or something.
Yeah, that's the second one.
They should get a steelbook release. They had to rush out.
I love it how he goes in and gets a new suit and stuff.
Did Fackler return for this third one? He did, didn't he?
Fackler's, well, he has his wife's more of a character, and then he's definitely in the sixth one, but no,
he's definitely in one of them because I remember him because he's like packing his bag now, like ready to go out.
Because Sweet Chuck's a little one, isn't he?
Sweet Chuck's in the second one, then he becomes a character in that. Bocat Goodworth, he's only in, well, he's in 3 of them, isn't he?
Yeah, 3 and 4.
That's a lot of extras to control that.
Yep.
Coming past you now.
For a small budget film, it looks bigger, doesn't it?
Again, no, these are one of the first films that went across the border to Canada to capitalise on it, do you know what I mean?
It does look like it had like a bigger budget for it.
I mean, look at that. Look how many extras that is. Like, that would just be CGI now. Hello, men.
So it was 4.5 million budget, and they made 81 million.
No wonder they made a sequel straight away, you know what I mean?
No wonder they did a sequel, yeah. Do you want to hang up and ring back?
Why are we on the hour?
I've got 58 minutes, about 50 and a half minutes.
Alright, I'll ring back. Cheers, then.
Right.
So yeah, another break. Before we get the boop boop. Do you want to ring back? Like, hi, I want to ring back. Where you gone? Where the fuck did you go in there?
I thought you turned it off.
No, I said it.
Another thing?
Aye, no, I've been ringing you for ages.
Shut up, man. It was 2 seconds, mate.
Yeah, right, you listen back to the podcast.
It was 2 seconds?
I'm back.
There's quite a lot of helmets get destroyed in this, like.
Quick question though, did I miss something, right? So they're all at work. Why is Hightower? Not...
Well, he gets
He got fired.
Oh, did you get fired? Oh, of course he did, man.
He got fired for tossing
Tossing
the
the
car.
car over, yeah.
worst glasses in the world when filming because you can see the cast and directors filming it.
I think the first one I ever picked up on that was actually Mission Impossible 2. If you remember when, at the very beginning,
I can't remember any of them. Often one fast.
well, when he finished the message after rock climbing, he puts on these fancy shades, and then the camera pans round to looking at him, so he can do his proper cool look with like proper clear vision of the camera.
There's the rustling again. I just remember Mission Impossible 1, man, when Emilio Estevez was in it. I was like, get in, then he gets that fucking spike through his face early on.
I was so hyped because I was on proper Mighty Ducks phase then, so I was like, oh, this is happening. We've got Gordon Bombay as an agent, and then all of a sudden, like you say, the elevator scene.
How big are those walkie-talkies?
Right in the nose.
That bike looks so uncomfortable. Goes on.
It's kind of good here because he gets his revenge off the people at the start, and they're not even stealing anything.
See the fuck clan in a minute. Ninja Turtles, pop one.
He's got a little Hitler tash, him, the second guy.
Yeah.
You think it's likely that these are just like, not all of them, but like a lot of these are just like crew members?
Be extras, really, cast and stuff, stuntmen, yeah, especially when you want to take people like hitting, you know, it's an art form, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these be stunt guys. Well.
Yeah, the bad thing here really because they did definitely stuntmen. But
yeah, but then obviously
later,
before...
like, so they,
oh yeah.
filling in spaces around the back.
Friends and families and stuff.
Mind you, we get asked that a lot, like at work, when they used to say, oh, did you get to like be extras in like Downton Abbey and that? I was like, do you realise that people make an actual living out of being extras?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get up with £100 a day.
That's it.
Like, yeah, they're not letting us do it. I mean, they prefer us to do it, cheap. But,
Well, it's a union thing, that's the problem.
yeah.
If you're in the union, you pay your subs and all that. I mean, I remember we had a location for a music video with Mitch, and then and like to quote Paul Ray at the 11th hour, the guy was just like, can I meet yous? And I came down and meet him, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm an extra in films and stuff. And then all of a sudden he wanted £450 for the location, for a Sunday. And I was like, you should anyway, but I might lose money. I said, you should. And it was all because he was doing extra work, and I was just like, mate, I'm not like, you know what I mean? This music video's got no budget. I'm not paying you 450 quid for a location that, you know what I mean, you could have got favours for. Because obviously it was a shop as well, and it's just like that. But again, I've never heard so much spiel by an extra.
What's going on?
Well, the one I always liked was a friend of mine had a corner shop, and he got this bloke come in, and he turned around and said, "Oh, is there any chance we could use your shop as a scene?" And he goes, "What are you doing, like, son, lad? Like, what are you doing, like?" He goes, "Oh, it's like a little film with Jimmy Neal." He goes, "Oh, can we do it with it?" He said, "Oh, yeah, I ain't bother." So he handed it around, but they don't turn up. So he goes home, has his glass of wine and everything, and he gets a phone call, and he says, "Oh, sorry, mate, I'm all locked up. I've had a drink. I'm not coming out." He goes, "Oh, don't worry, we'll send a driver for you and everything." And he did, but obviously all these little kids who he had the paper around, they were like, "Oh, Howard Tom, get us in, get us in." So of course he speaks to the bloke and he says, "Oh yeah, we'll get him in the background." And apparently there was two kids proper kicking off, saying that this is ridiculous. We shouldn't have people like this coming on the sets and stuff like that. And then he turned around and said it was fucking Ant and Dec when they were kids. They were probably like prima donnas, like they were not happy that like these kids were getting in like on the screen.
Wow.
Like fucking Ant and Dec, man.
Gone.
Fucking hell, just like chucked him over that. This is the fucking actor as well, like fair play to him.
Oh, he is a proper rough league, isn't he?
I mean, I think the score helps this climax.
Definitely.
But it's sort of, there's no real comedy in this though. It's all about like, it's all about like, you know, especially Mahoney, he's no longer going to be a letdown, you know what I mean? But you know, no one's got like no stupid like comedy to save the day. It's just a normal shootout scene, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
the cast, yeah, the cast did really well, and that's what you know the actors for. I mean, the characters, all the actors. I mean, no one can ever be like Mahoney replacement or anything like that.
I want to watch you off these pigs. Yeah, but he was more disappointed for a long time actually that, you know, he was known for like he had quite a successful career in American football.
Yeah.
And people used to shout Hightower at him.
Call them Hightower.
He was awesome in
that?
it, good though.
If he didn't get fired, yeah, then he wouldn't be in this position now, would he? Because he would have his uniform on.
True.
It's called writing the script, that ball, Ray.
The same.
It's just a coincidence.
And if blows were Judge Dredd guns, then you know, would have blown his hand off.
True, that's true.
The lawgiver. Yeah, the lawyer. I was watching Judge Dredd last night. Yeah. Judge Hershey.
Great music cue, like. Another helmet gone?
The thing is about this series here, yeah, they've kept the same theme tune all the way through, right?
Yeah.
But they have films like the Star Trek films, change the theme all the way through to different films with different composers. They've actually, all 7 films have the same tune.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Jaws as well, sort of, you know, dude. Like Jurassic Park as well, you know, bringing in new elements to the score. I tell you the score I really, really like. And it has a lot of throwbacks to the original. First Blood, The Last Blood, scores class.
Yeah.
It's got a really nice send-off song.
Love that one.
I've got to I say Jerry Goldsmith and John Williams, but it's really like Jerry Goldsmith stuff is just like it just doesn't get enough recognition. How can I say it? Yeah, it just doesn't.
Like that.
Yeah,
Recognition.
Bloody hell, aye.
Recognition, I.
Yeah. The medication setting in.
Start calling you Sleepy Ray. That's what we're going to call you.
That's fresh.
I mean, again, he's looking at that going, oh yeah, you're going for a girlfriend, but you suck my willy.
Yeah.
But then the joke is at the end that he knows that it wasn't Mahoney.
I just checked the thing. I just noticed that. On podium.
Many, many, many years ago. He was still going. He didn't die till recently, though, did he?
Yeah, I think a few years ago, yeah. Yeah, Moses Hightower. I knew it was Moses Hightower, didn't you, Carl?
You what?
You said it was Moses Hightower, you're right, yeah. Definitely right.
Oh, I'm definitely right. Are you really wrong? Unless I'm right.
Just easier to take this half, wouldn't it?
Them kids in the background have got to be the director's kids or something like that.
Yeah, because it can't be,
Steven Spielberg's son up there as well. Do you see him? Just behind the guy, got a bit of hair going. He looks like Spielberg. You see him? Guy with the glasses with the red like shirt on. It's the guy behind him.
Oh, yeah, I know you're on one. Well, Dicky Bo.
Aye.
Aye.
Sergeant Slaughter there.
Star.
Zip. And he breaks the camera here, fourth wall break.
yeah.
But that's all pickups, that was all added.
Go, Police Academy, go, Police Academy, go!
Again, big send off, like blue font, very shining colour.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, Police Academy logos, I mean, you'd know it straight away.
Hey, a montage of them all finishing.
That's it, graduation day.
A little bit of extras added at the end there.
Street Ferg, Mayor.
Well, when was this, 1981?
4, wasn't it?
This is 1984.
So, yeah, Ghostbusters came out the same year.
It looks really good on Blu-ray. Like, I mean, the montage of just like, you know, like obviously just keeping the movie a little bit shorter. I think putting the credits over it.
Just the poll rate update. 1984 films was Ghostbusters, Gremlins, Karate Kid, Beverly Hills Cop, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, Terminator, Nightmare on Elm Street, Red Dawn, Star Trek 3, Romance in the Stone, Splash, Police Academy, Friday the 13th, the final thing I don't know what one is, Amadeus, Revenge of the Nerds, 16 Candles, Neverending Story, Conan the Barbarian, Last Starfire, Footloose, Bachelor's Party, Book Take Manhattan, and on and on and on. So 1984 was a really good year, but it looks a bit like.
So this did well though, going against all them, what are cult classics now. This did well to take as much money it did.
It did really well. It just obviously spawned it off, right? But yeah, it's been from like a proper like R-rated, you know, like adulty thing all the way to the seventh one, like Paul said, it's more of like a kids film.
Where the second one, the seventh one was a U in its original rating. That's what it came out with, a U.
And again, then it said and then they did a cartoon and toys and stuff like that. But that's what it really did, didn't it? In the 80s with the aliens and Terminator toys. Like, hang on, this is based on like an 18 certificate or 15 certificate film.
Yeah.
It's like in America, people just pretty cool. A guy who goes around killing kids in the street. You know what I mean? Weird.
Well, this is the end of Police Academy. We'll be back with the rest. So at least now, when we do the other ones, we can do them both back to backs.
Yeah.
Because that's the rest. So I'm looking forward to the second one. I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. It's been Paul Ray, 1984 there.
Hi.
And Carl.
Alright, you sound surprised then.
I am, right. It's been a long day.
And Carl.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.